What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Winnipeg Jets versus the St. Louis Blues game here. The Jets' fifth last game of the regular season, currently up 3 points in the standings on Dallas, 108 to 105. The Jets need to control the Central if they want to have a long playoff run and, play a lesser team in that first round, play a Minnesota, instead of playing the Colorado Avalanche. This Blues team coming in here, they've won 12 in a row, NHL's hottest team. Will the Jets be able to knock them off? We're going to recap this one right now. Before we start, Nikolai Ehlers was a game-time decision today. Looked like he was going to go, but actually is not. So David Gustafsson checks into the lineup on that fourth line, and the lines are as shown. Colin Miller is sick as well, so Fleury and Stanley are the bottom pairing on D, and Connor Hellebuyck gets a start in goal. Now, we get into this one, and I was a little bit worried given the lineup with the Jets' lack of explosiveness. Obviously, Gabe Vilardi they're not playing with, and no Nikolai Ehlers in this one. So the top six is taking a bit of a hit, but it didn't matter because, guys like Al Iafallo were stepping up. The Jets were going, getting down low, throwing it back up high to the D, shoot and look for a tip. It was very playoff-esque, not looking for the pretty goals today. And, despite having a 31-8 shot lead in the first period, the Jets and the Blues were tied at zeros after one. Now, Jets' fourth line hemmed in their own zone, but a little bit of a miscue in the O-zone by the Blues springs Morgan Barron. He's going to protect the puck, and he's going to go in and score. Morgan Barron, what else can you say about this? That was nice going end to end here. Barron saw that Ovi scored goal number 895 on the weekend. He said, I'm going to go catch him. Look at this. We're going to take a look at it one more time. Nice turnover here. Barron actually creates it. Morrissey flips it up to him. Shields the puck. Look at the little hand on the stick of the defender there. Brush it aside. Keep possession. Morgan Barron makes this a 1-0 hockey game and a big first goal of the game. A little bit later on, Jets still carrying momentum, but one bad shift leads this to a tie game. It's going to be Pavel Buchnevich putting it home. Just bad, sloppy plays on their own end, leading to this one, and unfortunately, it ends up in the back of the net. That's what happens in the playoffs. Jets can't be making those kinds of silly mistakes in their own end, but to be fair, that was probably one of the only mistakes made the entire first half of the game. The Jets were playing really solid in the Blues end for most of the period, most of the first half of the game at that, and they were definitely controlling play up until this point. At the end of the third period, the shots were 16-11 for Winnipeg. Countless shots on goal. Jets are throwing everything to the net. The Blues really didn't have a quality chance all period long, all game long through 40. And we head into the third. Jets need a big win. They need points up on Dallas. Who's going to come through for them? Well, if you were guessing Al Iafallo and the first line, you were correct. This line was lights out today. I'm going to talk about them in just a little bit. But Alex Iafallo, filling in for Gabe Vilardi very nicely, comes through with a clutch goal in big prime time to put the Jets up 2-1. You gotta love it. Just pure hustle from that line all night, picking up the trash here. That was a very impressive game from that top line. Again, I'll talk about them in just a second, but man, Al Iafallo, have yourself a month. Going from the fourth line to the first line, stepping up, 2-1 Winnipeg. Now I want to shout out Brandon Tanev here, because he takes a gnarly 90-mile-per-hour shot, blocks that one, and instead of hobbling to the bench, he stays in the play. This guy's ridiculous. This guy is so cracked out. Look at him. He's going to go through here, make another big play. And what's that? Oh, that's another big play. Look at Tanev flailing all over the ice to make some plays here. He's doing everything. And then on top of that, goes back to the bench to go get another stick. Luckily, the puck got dumped out, so he didn't have to be out there, any longer, take any more shots. But Brandon Tanev, defending the net with his life, and you gotta love that. Come playoff time, that's going to be so important. Brandon Tanev, what a game he had today. Adam Lowry would go ahead and score the empty netter to put the Jets up 3-1 late in this one, and that's the final score. That's how this one would end. The Jets win 3-1 over the St. Louis Blues and snap their 12-game winning streak in one of the best games they've had all season. I've been saying that a lot lately. The Vegas game, one of the best they've had all year. Utah, a bit of a stinker. they bounced back huge against the league's hottest team in the Blues, and you know, a potential first round matchup for sure. I hope not. The Blues are a very good team. That was a very good game to watch. That was fun. Super defensive on both sides, but to be totally honest with you guys, this was a beatdown. Jets came through and they showed the Blues what's up. They said, hey, we're top dogs for a reason, and yeah, don't let the score fool you. This one was domination by Winnipeg all the way through. Now, that puts the Jets up 5 points over the Dallas Stars. That is massive. They play the Dallas Stars on Thursday, and with a win against Dallas, that is pretty much it. The Jets would almost certainly win the Central at that point, but super cool that they were able to pull this one out today. 5 points feels a lot better than 3 for a cushion. Hats off. What a game by Winnipeg. They also set the franchise record for wins in a season with 53. 52 was their previous record, so another pretty cool thing that they did today. The Big Ol' Shining Star Award is going to go to Brandon Tanev today for, the beating that guy took all game. He's just a menace out there. Great game from him. Could have gone to a few guys. I thought Morgan Barron played really good. Alex Iafallo, that whole first line, what a game, all around. But Brandon Tanev, you get the Big Ol' Shining Star Award today, man. That was crazy. Great game. That top line, by the way, I'm going to talk about them for a little bit here. Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele and Gabe Vilardi have, really had a good season for the majority. Maybe more so on the power play than 5-on-5, but I've really liked that first line as a whole most nights. Now, Alex Iafallo steps in, and I'd argue that he's, really found a home here. Ever since that, he stepped in for Vilardi, it's been seamless, and that's something I didn't expect. They've tried that line before and really hasn't, seemingly had any chemistry. This time around, it couldn't be, more connected. I love that line. They dominated the Blues. They kept the Blues' best players in their own end basically the whole game, and, it's hard to generate chances when your top six is playing defense the whole time, right? So, super impressive by that top line, dominating in the O-zone. Hats off, that was incredible. No Ehlers, no problem. Jets walk away with a 3-1 win over the Blues, snap a 12-game win streak for them, and they just keep on rolling. Hopefully the Jets are able to close against the Stars. That's going to be a big one. If they have a big game there, it's pretty much over for Dallas to win the Central. I believe in the Jets. I think they're going to get it done on Thursday. But what did you guys think about the Blues game? Let me know down below. I want to hear what your favorite part was. What was the craziest part of the game for you? Let me know down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.